Hello, welcome. There we go. We are live at the intended time, and this time it's actually true. I did actually intend to go live at 10 o'clock today. So, yes. Hello, Marky, hello. Yes, hello, Abastro, welcome. Oh, yeah, yes, an hour early, yeah, because usually it starts at 9, but it's at 10. I'm trying out the stream on Sunday at 10 because, well, the official story is that having an additional hour's time to do other things beforehand is useful, and also with a little side dish of it being more handy for American viewers, probably. But that's just the official story. Right. Yep. Hello. Yes, hello again. Hello. The fireweed looked great, by the way. Oh, I can only assume the delay was because you were out getting me a cat. Well, I might as well give you the unofficial story as well. So, I was going to give you a Catherine, but last second, I asked whether she actually would like me to introduce you to, and then she realized that she didn't even know you, but then I said that that's what the introduction would be for, but then it was already too late because we discussed it for so long, and then, well, I don't know, maybe we can, maybe I can introduce you at some point in the future, but not for today, unfortunately. But hey, that's only the unofficial story. What are the chances of that being true? This message was unable to be sent as it contradicts the Shares channel guidelines. What? What message? Hello, yes. Clock reveal. No. Okay, good, it's not visible. Good. Right. But I've always wanted my own Catherine. Catherine. Oh, Herine. Wow, Catherine, I'm not good enough. I mean, she didn't know if you're good enough or not. And my assurances were apparently not enough. So, last time, built the area on the right. Let's just make sure, okay, that's set correctly. Let's just wait for it to load in. So, placed most of these buildings down, the roads going back this way. One second, I quickly need to check something. Yeah, that's all good. MH2, can we keep Shadowdice's clock? I mean, you can ask me if I can keep my clock, in which case I'm sure that I'll respond with yes. Catherine. Yes, there's the stream title. Hello, Elisa, welcome. Clock on the table. All I got was clock reveal. No, clock reveal. Yeah, I'm trying out the 10-hour, well, the 10 o'clock BST time slot on Sundays because it would be quite useful to have another hour. If I've got the energy for the entire 2 hours of the stream afterwards. Keep Catherine or ask Catherine? Well, those two may be one and the same thing. I said it's good that it wasn't a clock reveal. It was a clock one. Will this keep Thursday the same? Yes. I mean, this doesn't change anything with Thursday. Thursday, it's 10 o'clock anyway. Right, so what I want to do today is put another few buildings around this area back here. Basically what you can see now. So around this little bit here and around this little bit here. Because then building-wise, the right side of the tracks will be feature complete. After that, I want to turn my attention to the left side and start by laying out some of the roads over here, which is basically going to be similar to how we did it on this side, only the kind of buildings that I want to have over here might be slightly different, considering that we've got 2 more lanes over here. Also, this isn't... Is that actually straightened? Hold on 1 second. Huh, it is. Strange, that right one seems narrower. Odd. Right, so, let's get straight to it. Over here... Right, we did quickly finish this over here. So I want this I want this object over here. Probably I'll place a few of them right next to each other. Though maybe I'll... Actually, no, I'll keep them rotated the same way for now. I might rotate one a bit different. Right. Aw, look at the little dials. Who's the little stopwatch? Also, that's true. I saw a red Fiat 500 today. They nicknamed it Fifi. Sure. No picture. Ha 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 ha. I always point out Fiat 500s now when I see them. Well, you should be careful with always. Yeah, that looks quite good. Although the tree does need to be moved over slightly because I want it to be a little bit more visible, like so. Good. I just need like 1 building over here probably, should suffice. I don't even remember how this all started. Well, I clicked the start streaming button and then it started. Hello, Shadow of Khan. Welcome. Guten Abend. Good evening to you too. Right. Also, about the foot stuff again, I just thought it makes sense, given that it's called pinky toe and pinky finger. Why not ring toe, middle toe, index toe, and thumb toe too? Well, because the thumb toe isn't a thumb. Because the thumb isn't a thing. You've got the fingers and then you've got a thumb. It's not the name of the appendage. It's the kind of appendage. No, Kango, not the foot stuff. Yeah, you maybe could have worded that a little bit differently if you would have wanted. Yeah, good damned. Is there an option for a gluten-free oven too? I mean, there's always an option for that. Now, I want something a little bit tall, maybe a few of these buildings. Depends on if you eat stuff including gluten in the evening. And you don't wear toe rings. How do you know that Kango doesn't wear toe rings? Actually, no, on second thought, don't answer that. Is that too tall? I think that might be a little bit too tall. I think maybe if I moved it down so that it's about that tall. Yeah, that fits better. And then I'm going to place 1 more of these over here. Rotated and placed just sort of like so. Moved down. Like that, and then we've got a nice corner house. Okay, so now you can't really look too much back there, that's good. Can you look behind that? Yeah, you can just about look through here, which means I'll need to place an object there. Let's just try, well, actually no, I want one that's a little bit, actually maybe I can use the same one. Maybe just the back of it. Yeah, so if I place that there, then move it down a little bit. Yeah, because this window can look a little bit like a door, I suppose. Although you might not... actually, you can just about see it. Yeah, so if you just glance through that tiny little gap there, which you might not even be able to see on stream, you can see that there is a house there, or building, and that's good. Well, I don't Does Kanga wear toe rings? Good. For a second I thought you were weird, Kanga. Everybody is a little strange in their own ways, I've found. Wait, is this moved into the ground? No, it's just... Oh, right, those are probably... right. No, it's fine, don't worry, it's fine. Alright, these are the commercial buildings. Right, I remember. So let's put in the intersection here. You'll never know. Only the finest discussions on the MVR streams. Yes. But yeah, toe rings do exist. But yeah, I can only imagine that being uncomfortable. You mean you don't have first-hand first foot experience? Right. Me and Valletta just cannot sleep, so she's just sitting on my shoulder in her keep the eggs warm position. Aww. Although, keep the eggs warm, are there new eggs, or is it just the position that Valletta used to be in when she still had eggs? Oh, also a few weeks ago my cat ring split in two. Aww. Uncomfortable. Huh. I knew it would happen, but a shame. I mean, at least you've got to use it. If you preserved it for ages, but then never actually wore it, then it would have been purposeless. But this way, you've actually used it for something. My condolences. Could glue help? Maybe. Although you'd have to ask him. I don't know. I still have my cat bracelet, but it's gone a bit off color in the elements. I hope it's not made of copper, because if it is, then it would oxidize and it could lead to staining your skin green if you wore it. If it is made of copper and it's not coated with any sort of finish. Charles, did you see Vijay's last message? Oh, did I? Oh, today I learned that a group of owls is called a parliament. Ah, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. I think I might have heard that before somewhere. No, glue wouldn't work, as it was designed to be stretched and pulled to fit all fingers. Ah, so it's rubber, then? I hope it's not got, like, plastic softeners in it, because that's not very healthy to have prolonged skin contact with. Actually, what am I doing? I don't need to twirl this texture, I need to just paint it. Okay, yeah, that's almost good enough. Rain wash the paint away? Alright. No, just gone dull under the sun, I think. The same thing happened with my gold beads, which is why I don't use them much. I'm assuming they're not actually gold, because if your real gold beads went off color in sunlight, I think you might have been scammed. Also, if you've got that much money, could you please consider sending some of that some of that over on PayPal, maybe? What? Sorry, what? Never mind. Ah, well. Right, so... does this look good? The answer is yes, it does. Okay, now just move this building a little bit closer, and then probably use a few of the other commercial buildings. Just either side of it. These, size-wise, these fit quite well, I think. Even if they can appear a little flat sometimes. By the way, Sheriff Khan, if you're still here, how's your Trainz route endeavors? How are your Trainz route endeavors going? Have you built much recently, or not? Also, I think I can have a little bit of a gap there, considering the angles that are involved. I mean, I could have even a bigger gap if it was the Saxons, but with the angles, you've got to keep the gap a little bit narrower. Unless you want them all to escape, of course. Who would want that? Okay, I'll put a little bit more of these textures along here, just to kind of emphasize. Although that's a little bit too much, too many cracks there. Yeah, and just smoothen that out a tiny little bit, like so. There we go, that's good. Now, just a little bit of this over here. Good, good. And then we've just got one more of these little areas to do over here. So move this over, put out buildings along here, and then an intersection there, and then we can turn our attention to the other side. And then, actually, now I'm going to read chat. So, I used to love making bracelets. Well, you can still do them. Why not? If you've got time, why not make one? No, it is metal. Aww. It was an upside down U shape, essentially. With the tips being cat paws. Ah, so essentially a lowercase n. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like a horseshoe. I think I sent a picture a while back. No, the beads aren't real gold. Ah, then disregard my PayPal message. Just pyrite, eh? Haha. Good old pyrite. The silver one, pyrite, by the way, is an iron oxide, I think. The silver ones went dull too. I gave you all my money last week. You gave someone all your money last week, but I can confidently say that I've not received any of it. In other topics, I've gone for the Starry Night Sky Nail Polish style for the week coming, but it's a pain to do, and I think it's pretty smudged. We'll have to see how it looks in the morning. It takes ages to do, as it's 3 layers, all having to dry, and then never looks great, but it's different. I mean, as long as you're happy with it in the end, I'm not going to complain. Fun fact, fool's gold or pyrite is also called cat's gold. Katzengold in German. Cat. The latest papers are doing very well. The eldest one's feathers are nearly fully grown. Aww. I saw 0 cats today. Well, you've still got about an hour and 40 minutes left. I'm sure if you kind of skulked around some of the kind of back alleyways where you live, I'm sure you can spot a few cats. They're quite active at night. I saw my own cat today. Ah, hello, by the way. Lovely. OMG, you have a cat? No fair. Can I keep it? Amateur? If that's any comfort, I think... any comfort? Think of owls as flying cats. The bracelets don't take a minute to make, just some elastic and 28 beads, but I've made almost every combo that interests me. I mean... why not make a combination that doesn't interest you, and then maybe it'll interest you after all, and then maybe that can spawn a whole new set of combinations that might interest you. Or you can just go get some beads that you've never used before, because you never thought that they would really look very well together, but they might end up looking well together after all. Okay. Mimosa. Aww. Are mimosas a type of acacia? By the way. I think they might be. Hold on. One second. On Wikipedia. So just mimosa. It's a genus of about 590 species of herb shrubs in the blah blah blah. Okay. And then over here, partly due to changing circumstances, the name mimosa has also been applied to several other related species with similar pinnate or bipinnate leaves, but are now classified in other genera. The most common examples of this are that and Acacia dilbata. That's probably the one that I was thinking of. I'm not sure if it actually means that it is an acacia plant or if it's just using the same word because of whatever that word means. Actually, hold on, over here, acacia. Okay, so this is a plant of, a type of, acacia, commonly known as wattles or acacias, is a large genus of shrubs and trees in the subfamily Mimosidae. Look! So acacias are a kind of mimosa. Huh. Interesting. See? I know things. Well, I suspect things. And then I look them up on a single website on the internet and take that as confirmation of them being true. Ahem. Right. Owls, flying cats. Yeah, I see the resemblance. I saw one hiding away from my evening. I saw one hiding away on my evening walk yesterday. It isn't a social kitty, though. Crawl beneath the parked van with a flashlight. Oh, that's true. Maybe you'll find some cats? Paradise, I have no space in my bracelet tin. Well, then get a bracelet pot instead. Come on. You've got to improvise with these things. Hold on. No, do not. I don't want a Madagascar baobab. I'm just going to go over here and grab some of the trees from here, because I do think I'll need some sort of, either some sort of green barrier or maybe a parking lot or something over here. Unless I'm going to add more buildings, just clipping into the little theatre. Although I think that looks pretty good. Going along to there. It adds a nice touch of green over in this otherwise quite grey area. Even though, yes, I realize there are actually very few greys in the buildings that we've used here. Villager stretches right wing, followed by sleepy chaps. Aww. We're going to need a bigger tin. I used to make them as gifts, but then realized I have no friends. Aww. So you made them as gifts just in preparation for when you've got friends to give them to. Mimosa, Charez. Not to be confused with Acacia debata or that, also known as Mimosa. Yeah, that was the page that I... Oh, or is this a different kind of mimosa? Because this is not the mimosa... Or is it? No, this is the same page I was looking at before, I think. There's always a bigger fish. Tin. Oh, okay, no quote reply then. My bigger tin was meant to reply to your 2221 message, Kango. Imagine if the people in the Lorax said, I don't believe in trees. I mean, has anyone ever seen one? Multiple things are called mimosa. Yeah. Even I'm called mimosa. This needs to happen, so that's your surname. Blue Mimosa. That would be cool. Wait, would? Yeah, let's let Shattered Eyes get some root building done. I think that is an excellent idea. Yes, let's get some roof building done. So, I hope that this wasn't too boring for you and that you're not falling asleep. Because if you were falling asleep, then I think that might just be a little bit bad, because I want you to actually see the root building that I'm doing. Wait, are you actually asleep? Hold on. No, wake up. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah. Hello. Welcome. Sorry, it was a little bit... I know it was a little bit boring, but we're actually doing root building now, I promise. Right. The rock eyebrow. Hey, why are you gone? What do you mean I'm gone? If you close your eyes, of course you're not gonna see me. Clipping that. Wakes up. What? No! Clears eyes. Man just disappeared for a second. Yes, I totally disappeared for a second. It totally wasn't you just falling asleep while we were talking about mimosas for ages. Totally not. Yes, well said. Or what if the Lorax himself said that? Good night, Alice. Thank you. Wait, if the people, if the people and the Lorax thought that trees were not real, would that make Lorax guardian of a cryptid, technically? Yes, well said. I hope you've seen the progress I made on the steam turbine. Where and when did you post it? I haven't checked my Discord server in a while because I was working on a project that involved not being distracted by Discord. Yes, I have. Looks very good. Trainz was posted today. Ah. Did the Lorax come back in the end? I don't know, we've not reached the end yet. Save. Yes, good. Actually, that's a little bit, a little bit too big of a brush. Scrap mechanic, shadow dice. I'm not a scrap mechanic. I'm a root builder. Actually, no. I'm a root builder, not a scrap mechanic. There we go. Right, so buildings. Let's have a look down here. I mean, does that look good there? No, I want some more kind of shop-like assets. Maybe one of these ones here. Yeah, that seems good. Also, tallness-wise. As long as it's vaguely lined up. Good. Also, couldn't they have harvested the fluffy thing without cutting down each tree? True. But wouldn't that have then been less economically viable? I mean, you can make things like toothpicks out of the wood, and you can then sell the fluffy thing to make those fabrics from and stuff like that. So, actually, that's too low. Actually, maybe I can use this over here. So I think that would be less economically viable. Now, there's a little bit too small. I need buildings that are a little bit larger, but not too large. This might work quite nicely. Although this does look a little small still. Although it might fit quite nicely with the height of the theatre. How does that look? No, that does not fit. It is too low down. It simply does not fit. Nope. I mean, some of those buildings are single story. Oh, this one might fit. Although it looks a little odd with the door being on the edge. Like, oh, maybe that could fit. Maybe if I put some of this paving in here. A little bit back in this corner there, and then maybe put a tree out front. Ooh, actually, I'll try this one. No, I'll try one of the city ones from over here that have the little support things. Also, I need to move this one a little bit. The Lorax, dressed in Hawaiian shirt and ghost costume. I am the Lorax, and I speak for the mimosas. One would think so, yeah, but didn't they use the bark too? Not sure. The needs. I can't remember. One vote for Purple Lounge live action Lorax. I mean, I would love to make a proper like a proper film with a story. Although, I mean, I've got the tools and creativity to write the scripts. I've actually written a few scripts before. I've got the equipment to actually do the filming. There are just two areas where I'm still lacking before I can have the first attempt at making a live-action film. The first is a cast. The second is the time to actually do it. Because that sort of thing takes quite a while. Especially if you've got to put in fancy CGI spaceships all over the place. This is the texture I was looking for. Although I do think I need a little bit of an asphalt texture just on the edge there. Yeah, just like that. Just so it looks like there are like fallen leaves and soil underneath the trees. Also, regarding the actual Purple Lounge live-action film, do you really think that I could afford flying in a big-budget American movie star like Willis? I mean, it was already extortion getting him to come onto our live streams, but to actually star in a feature film? I couldn't afford that. Yeah, that looks nice. It adds a nice little bit, extra bit of color into the mix. Although now we need a bit of grass on there as well. Although I may move the grass down slightly because I don't really want it to be too tall. Yeah, that's too tall. I want you to be able to see the ground texture a bit better. There we go. It just adds a little bit of detail in there. Right, so looking this way, that's fine. You can't look beyond that building. Not really, anyway. Even if you could from here, you can just see the building behind that. And looking over that way, we do need something over here. I might just go with another one of these commercial buildings, because that fits color-wise quite well. And, well, I think that's enough reason to use it. Okay, looking this way, that's fine. Looking through there, that's good as well. Right, so now that we've put the buildings in along this side of the tracks, it's time to plan out some of the roads over here. First, let us read chat. XD, who's playing the Lorax? I slowly rotate towards a bus through. You. I'm vertically challenged, not short, okay? Vertically challenged. I see. Then you'd be perfect for the role. Costumes right down the hall through the closet door. Yeah, be sure to actually go in. Yeah, go down there. Turn left. Then turn right. Past the pool. Past the library. First on your right. That's the closet. I'm not sure if that's actually the quote, but I was making a reference to the quote at worst. Shadows, would you need a cast? Would you need a cast that's really reliable and right on time? Yes, I would. I have tried in the past, but due to cast unavailabilities, we've never actually gotten to filming. But let me choose the cosplayer. Are they? Hey, I'm neither called Emichu nor a cosplayer. I always knew Willis was a paid actor. Yeah, I mean, just look at the confidence with which he resists your temptations into chaos on the Minecraft live streams. I mean, it's a clear sign of a professional. Is Mr. W your stunt double? Legally, no. No, he's Willis. Willis is. Think about it. Did you ever see Mr. W and Willis in the same room? Neither did I. Shadows, I also downloaded some Greyhound signs about a week ago. Maybe of use? Maybe, but I'm not really building that stuff yet. You have a pool? No, but the TARDIS does. Also, that reminds me of Animaniacs. Yakon said, hey, we protest you calling us little kids. We prefer to be called vertically impaired pre-adults. That's funny. Right. Good old Tatmer? Tatmer? No, TARDIS. No, not Tatmer. We're not tatting the mer. I don't think that the mer people would appreciate that. So, time for intersections. I think I'll want them at the same interval as over here. What was it, like 150 feet or something like that? I know it was 512. That was it. 512. So let's start from. Actually, let's go over here and go from this point over to here, and then I can see how much space we have at the ends. $512. Well, that seems a little less than. Tell you what. I'm just going to align it visually because I think that's a little easier. And then here it's going to be a little bit longer because it's going around a curve, which, by the way, I'm keeping the grid on the same alignment even though there's a curve there. And then that basically just needs to be a continuation of this road, which I know isn't ideal for traffic to go all the way around there and then come back there and then turn back off there, going into kind of like a zigzag pattern. So maybe I will. Actually, no. I want to keep. Actually, do I? Yeah, I like the way that this intersection looks with the lights on this side and over here. I think I'm going to put in 2, even though it may not be completely realistic to have the traffic go all the way in the zigzag just to keep the grid. And then we've got 1 coming off basically there. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then probably 1 coming off there, I would guess. Yeah, coming off here in that direction. Really reliable and right on time thing. There wasn't that much railroad. I know. The confidence with which he resists your temptations into chaos. That's brilliantly put. Why is it inches and feet instead of toes and feet? Because if you say that you're inching your way towards something, it means something different than if you say you're towing your way towards something. Because you think that you're just being pulled by someone or something if you're being towed, or if you're towing something. If you're inching something, that's something different. You tell me. I didn't make up these rules. Oh, did I just accidentally admit that I made up these rules because I was able to answer that question? Whoops. But you say towing, not towing. Oh, wait. Right, so how far? Yeah, it was roughly about that long. So I'm going to make this go to roughly about this length, I would think is good. Probably. Maybe. Possibly. I think it might be a little long. If it's reduced to there. Yeah, that looks good. I just looked over there, and the next Minecraft stream that I edited is just finished exporting. I started it at about maybe, I think, something like 2 in the afternoon, maybe a little bit before that, and it's just... Oh wait, no, sorry, that was the second one. No, it's the other one that finished. I think I did 2 in that time, which is good because it means we're catching up faster. Also, that's not exactly lined up. I think I did 2 in that. Yeah, it must be. And there'll be one more tomorrow. Yes. If Willis doesn't demand a pay raise again. You never know with these big budget movie stars. You never know. Come on, please update. Please. There we go. MC Streams. Yes, I'm excited for it too. Because I think I'll finish... I think I've probably got enough gravel to finish the ballast for the railway in Minecraft. And once I've laid that all down, then it's time to construct a locomotive and the automatic track laying car, and then a minecart with a chest attached, and then I'll put all, or maybe a cargo cart, and then put all the rails that I've got, which have been partially kindly donated by other players. And, well, then it's time to just watch it run. Although I may also want to add a world spike car. Which actually reminds me I would need to put in some sort of stopper at the end, otherwise it'll just continue laying tracks into the ocean, and then it'll probably stop, but still. I don't want to actually lay tracks that far, if it's even got enough. Although, I did originally want to also build a... hold on. Yeah, build a locomotive workshop, like a Steamworks workshop area. and then build all my rolling stock in there. And so that might be a little project to do before then. I have no clue what actually gets done in the streams because I'm too busy causing drama. I'm really bad at focusing, especially on this tiny screen. Every time, it's always such a wholesome and fun get-together. Everyone's always so kind. True. It might not always look like people are being kind on the surface, but we know that you are actually being kind, and it's just in good fun. I think he's a cousin of just in case. Makes perfect sense. No wonder. I still recognize areas though. Good. Do you know where my house is, Albastro? Ah, that's a trick question. That is a trick question. Don't you ahem me? Oh, I got you so excited you forgot to add the exclamation marks in the original message. Well, that's actually that means I must have gotten you quite excited then. Does that look roughly good? Ish, yes, but this needs to be moved slightly over that way. I guess you have to be in the game to actually take it in properly. The same as watching streams. What do you mean? What do you mean the same as watching streams? You've got to be in the stream to... Oh, right, you mean as opposed to watching the archive, I assume. Yeah, that's not great. I've got to move this back because the closer I've got this to the edges, the more the different curve radiuses? Radii, I think it is, will be highlighted. Driving streams. Oh, right. Same as the driving streams. Just in case, a relative of Superb and Shirley not. Ah, right, that makes sense. Yeah, I once tried figuring out their family tree, but then I took a reason to the brain. I do. Yes, Albastro. In the first row? Haha. It's not a house, it's an extension of the commune. Psst, thanks Willis for the help. Yeah, I'm sure he'll send you the bill in the morning. Sure is meant to say the same as watching driving streams and then driving it yourself. Oh, right. That makes sense. Wrongo bongo. Kanga's house is a house and just happens to be located atop the commune. Next question. Surely not? Surely not. Yes. And don't call me Hopkins. The bill. Duck bill? Well, I gotta go. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, VGR. Elisa, thank you for stopping by, as always. If Willis wants to send me duck bills, I will be if Willis wants to send me duck bills, I will be concerned. That is understandable. Okay, that looks pretty good, aside from the fact that these ones are too close to the other line. I'm just picturing a bag full of Daffy Duck's duck bills. Well, as long as you're just picturing that instead of turning it into a reality, we're fine. Well, I'm fine. Okay. Now, time for those lovely, lovely arrows. I heard the 61 and Willis 1961 represents the percentage increase in his fees each year. Oh, 1 second, my other computer's frozen a little bit. Should be back shortly, hopefully. I don't know if I'm still live or if it's... There we go. It's back. Just froze for a moment. Is it 61 or 1961? It is 1961, yeah. Oh, that's even more expensive. Imagine if Willis 1961 showed up now. You are live. Take it out of the freezer then. I mean, yes, but I don't want it to overheat. Okay, and then I need the right through. That appears to be positioned somewhat correctly. Then we need through here. Then we need left through here. Well, that is a bit too close. Ah, look at that. Such lovely road markings. Which actually means I can get rid of this ruler without fear of their army. Haha. That's come after. Then don't put it in the oven. Yes, but I don't want it to be too cold. But I don't want it to freeze. Yes. Right. Lights. Camera. Action. To get back to cinematography. So where did I place it? I placed it a little bit after the first row. So I placed it about there. Also, I think I had the other light at this end on the other junction. I think. Yeah, that looks about right. Nice. See, you couldn't do this with other splines. Although I do need to update the texture underneath here a little bit because it's not wide enough. Okay, I'll get to that when we build that area. Also, on the Mac App Store, TRS22, the successor to this game, TRS19, is currently 80% discounted, costing a mere $9.99 instead of the usual $54.99. Fog Machine, characters, action. Wait, forgot the camera. The camera. The camera. Okay, so now it's just a question of essentially repeating that same process a few times. And I would consider copy-pasting it, but this is at an odd angle. It's not on the it's not aligned with the grid, so that wouldn't really work, unfortunately. Camera ray. Yeah, I don't think it's a great sign when the assets take this long to update. Mr. Snipes, hello, welcome. Handmade tardigrade. Yeah. Sea bears are fascinating creatures, aren't they? Tardigrade. Oh, water bears, sorry. For some reason, I always call them sea bears instead of water bears. Could you imagine going back in time and getting a real-life Caribbean pirate to co-host with Charters for a stream? Do you mean over VC or do you mean here beside me? Because I know that I would be much more happy with one of those than the other. Yes, and I have. Looks at water bears through viewer, raises eyebrow. Fascinating. Hopefully that's straight-ish. It is, but the right one needs to be a little bit wider. Okay. I mean, theoretically, I could make some of these one-way. Do you think that might be a good idea? Making this one one-way, for example. I mean, I can try. Might look good. Wouldn't really be any more effort. Have the pirate rechat? Jack Sparrow official. Awesome. You never told the US? It was going to be a surprise. But then why did you reveal it preemptively? Where's the surprise? One way rhymes with lazy. Well, you get the gist. Sure. Come on, load in. There we go. Need to actually change that slightly because it wasn't aligned properly. It's always so difficult when the assets like lag behind like this and don't actually update as I'm manipulating them. Because then I've just got to guess what they're doing and then try to align the other assets with the while trying to remember the guess of that I had that I previously made while making another guess. Okay, time to get the arrows. And the bow. Best not forget the bow. Well, the cost of the pirate was 3 times that of Willis's rates. Ah! Oh, well, in that case, I think we need to do a bit of crowdfunding to be able to afford that. Okay, so now I want one that's only a right arrow. And then one that's only a left arrow. There we go. And then these have to be through only on both sides. Also, I'll need a one-way sign. One way. JR, road sign, combo. No, that's a JP, not JR. One way right. I'm assuming that this sign means that the way on turning right is one way and you can't go that way, because it wouldn't make sense having a sign that says, hey, this way's going one way. Yeah, you can go down it, it's fine, you're on the right side of it. Just letting you know it's one way. Yeah, just so you know, good. No, right. That's how this works, correct? I prefer the white one. And then I can delete this ruler, again, without any sort of legal consequences. And, right, sounds worth it. I bet it cost you the pirate's arm and her leg. While we're on the subject, has anyone played the two Nelly Goodelot point-and-click games featuring Alasdair Beckett King and Tom Baker? Tom Baker, the Tom Baker. Interesting. I've actually found them quite enjoyable. Also features one of the voice actors from the old German sci-fi series Orion. Rampatrouille Orion. Which means Space Patrol Orion. Did anyone make the parody joke yet? I was off getting snacks. Not quite yet, I think. Sure it is. One-way signs pointing against the flow of traffic doesn't look right. Okay, well, what sort of signs do you have to tell you you can't go that way? In America, then. No, I don't think that I've got any without arrow. Why would you need a sign telling you a street is one way if you're going into it? Unless it's to stop you from making a U-turn in the street? But that doesn't seem like it should be permitted anyway on these kind of streets. Do not enter? Really? No entry. Is this a one-way sign? Come on. Let's try that. Though actually I might have... Do I already have some? Well, I've got one now. Although, is this really a US sign with the circle with the stripe, or is that more of a UK sign? Because to me that looks more UK-y. Hold on. JPRM. Actually, what was it called? GRRM. Are these only... Yeah, these are only the... If you look for sign in conjunction. Tell you what, let's just have a quick look. Do you enter something? No entry, that's it, all of those. Sign Road by Advanced. That is US Paradise, is it? I'm now imagining a trademark conflict with a rival channel called Parashare that starts streaming route building content. If it's just the red circle with a white line, it's more European, I'd say. But that text is definite. Defo US. In the chat, there are users like Fangokango, Miss Snipes, and Slovak Hawk. Oh no, they're the Mirror Universe, our Mirror Universe characters. Oh no. Also, let's have a look over here. So this is in New York, I believe. Let's place the POV down into here. Surely this street needs to have some sort of... Ah, there we go. Okay, so... Here... Hold on, what does the sign look like on this side? So, that's the pedestrian crossing. Right, so we've got a do not enter sign, although this is a modern sign, so this could be different back in the 60s, but we've got a do not enter sign, which is red with a stripe, and then one way pointing out of the street with the arrow. Okay. What does it look like on the other side? Let me just go along this one-way street. Which is totally the right way to go. Hold on. Huh. Wait, is there seriously no... Okay. Look. There is no... Actually, no, there is a one-way sign here going this way as well. So one way going that way. So there are one way, at least in this, in Newark. In Newark. There are one-way signs on both sides of the one-way street, and the no entry signs on the side that you're not supposed to enter on. Wait, Slovakia doesn't show up for me. I'm talking about the alternate universe Twitch version of this channel. Ah, sorry, I missed that message. Paradise. What I'd do is this. Have the no entry signs on the one-way road itself placed at the start of it when driving against the flow of traffic. One-way signs on the other side of the street, pointing into it. Well, I'm not going to put signs over on this side of the street because that's too far away, you're not really going to see it, I think. So, okay. I'm going to have the one-way no entry signs over here. And were they on the inside or on the outside? I think they were on the outside like this, I believe. I hope that these are at least somewhat period accurate, but I don't think we've got much choice in the matter. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, Kango. Although these one-way signs seem a little bit too large. In my humbled squid opinion. Yeah, that does that really look right? That big, with the sign that big? It does. To me, it doesn't look quite right. I think this look. I'm not convinced about the no entry signs. I'm really not convinced. Because the no entry signs just look a bit too modern, I think. It might look better if it were just the one-way signs like this. Maybe. So you've just got the one-way signs on both sides. So if you come in, you can see a one-way arrow going out that way. I think that... And this is purely conjecture. Hold on. Let me see. So, let's see if I can... no, this is all modern stuff. Right? So there's the MUTCD code, apparently. MUTCD. Does it say MUTCD adopted in 1971 after several blah blah blah. Symbols in new words as rapidly as possible, but US drivers were baffled by the symbol signs. The language about rapidly transitioning to symbols participated. Yeah, that doesn't really help much. His history of traffic signs, from ancient Rome to today's sign making. Interesting. One-way signs, an American history. Oh, let's have a look. 1925. Okay. 1940s arrow shape. Okay. Eventually, the arrow shape design was phased out in favor of simpler design that could be more easily and effectively mass manufactured. In the 1950s, sign manufacturers began to revert to a simpler rectangular design. The simple black and white sign, longer vertically than horizontally, was installed across the nation from New York to California. So in the 1950s, in 1958, this one. And by the time Reagan took office, American one-way traffic signs had become completely standardized to reflect the design that peppers today's roads. Okay. When was Reagan in office? I think that was later. That was in the 80s? 70s? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, so this says... Well, this is when he was born and died. It doesn't say... Hold on. In office. Yeah, 81, 89. 80s was correct. So that means that this sign is too late, and it would actually be the vertical one with the text and the arrow. So, yeah, this one. Although, if we look here, a simple adaptation of the arrow-shaped one-way sign with straight angles, New York City, 1950s. So, in the 1950s, apparently, you already had the do not enter sign with a red circle and the text. But then it would probably be either one of these arrow-shaped signs, so where the actual shape of the sign is the arrow with the text, or one of the rectangular, more vertically aligned ones. Yeah, that's modern. Although this, it says in this is 1960, 1969, so this... Unaltered version of the standard of the 1960s and later phased out. So, by the looks of things, although these signs where where it's rectangular with the arrow, without the tip being tapered like it is on this one, appear to be, according to this, as far as I can tell, a more modern thing that came in the 80s. So what I'd really want is the more vertical design, I think. Anyway, chat, you've probably already answered this 10,000 times by the time I'm reading this. Then just have no entry signs, yes. Reskin it so that the red circle is yellow. It's nice. Makes you actually able to see them. Looks modern American, I guess so. Unrelated image, but I don't want to lose it. Hold on, that's reject all. Yes. Can I please just close? Okay. Image. Yes. Good. Chris Stanley, thank you for making this lovely image, or posting it anyway. I'm curious now what one-way street signs looked like in the 50s. Found it while searching for reference material. Same with this. Unrelated. Ah, lovely. Okay. Back before they invented signs, it was a guy with a shotgun and a piece of hay in his mouth saying, "Best turn around, son. Can't go this way." But yeah, 1967, 75, Reagan. Really? Oh, sorry, that was just California. There would also be the arrow one, as they wouldn't have replaced all of them with a new one. Yeah, but the only one-way signs that I could find are these ones or these ones. So, and out of those two, these ones, the ones on the right, look to be the more period-appropriate ones. At least according to that very helpful webpage I found. This one, by the way, yes. Which is www.roadtrafficsigns.com/one-way signs. One-way signs and American history. Do they have that as a trackside object for Trainz? He would be on every single route ever made if it did. I'm also surprised there isn't a Snidely Whiplash asset. Is that a reference? I have no idea. Yeah, here's the white vertical one. Yeah, the guy that ties up people and leaves them on the train tracks. It's a character. Oh, is that the guy with like the? Yeah, the guy. Is that the guy? There we go. See, I told you it wouldn't take any more time to build a one-way road instead of a two-way road. Right. Oh yes, the white tall one for sure out of the two. Just get a sign saying ye old one-way sign. Ye oldie. Yeah. Puh. Just Kango corrects Abastru. Abastru responds. Puh. Yeah, rather. Yes, it's the guy. He's been a fantastic. He'd be a fantastic Trainz asset. Shredders, you forgot the do not enter signs. I think I prefer it just like this. The red circle signs with do not enter they feel too modern. Even if they would be period appropriate according to the photo on site, I don't think they would have always been there, because I definitely remember seeing images with just these signs, and they don't feel old. We learned something along the one-way road endeavor, so I like it. Along with the one-way, yeah. Is it the guy? Alright, Paradise. You don't seem convinced. Let's have a look. I don't think it is. Yeah. Okay. I see. Right, so. Wait, weren't we building a route? Something? I don't know. We were probably talking about cats. Or something. Right, so, now, I want to have one more, at least one more. Actually, should this one be? See, now I'm not sure if this one... No, I want this one to have the road markings like that. So I'm just going to make this one another one-way road. But this one, of course, is going to go the other way. Because that just makes sense. Just makes sense. And that's always a great reason for something. You see, yes, but why are you doing that? Because it makes sense. Okay, why does it make sense? Like, oh, because it makes sense. I'm not your buddy guy. Cats, where? Where cats? Cat, cat, cat. Didn't you just mention them? There, cat. Cat history. That is... Oh, right, caterpillar history, yes. That would appear to still be straightened. Ish. Quick, add a cat asset. I've already added cat assets. But fine, fine. If Marky wishes it, sure. Why Marky, you ask? Well, just look at the amount of work Marky put into the Cornish Railways route. I think Marky deserves to have a cat placed. Hold on. There we go. Let's have one of this cat asset just sitting over here in the grass. There we go, look. I bust through, look. Ocelot, in the grass. Okay, now. On my route, I have a cat sitting beside the track. At each point, I had completed my route to when my cat passed as memorial. Aww. Well, at least now you won't forget. Although, if you would have forgotten otherwise, then I'm not sure that that says great things about, well, great things about the value that you would have placed on the cat. Unless you mean for future generations, for posterity. Or just because it's a thing that makes you feel good. Hey, it'll be Marky, the cat, maybe? No. Unless you can convince me otherwise, I think just having the cat there is enough. Very realistic. Thank you. Meow. Hello, kitty. It's a secret Easter egg just for me. She used to hang out with me while I was working on it all the time. It just marks what I had done to that point. Aww. I'm working blind here, I'm working blind. Save! Actually, that, I think... Yeah, that's going a bit too far up. I've got to narrow this slightly. Is that too narrow? Nah, that should be fine. Well, thinking about it, we haven't done Trainz Simulator in a long time. I was just thinking because one thing that I wanted to do in the winter was to have like a long nighttime run, like with stories where not just where I wanted to tell stories, but where where you could tell stories as well. And I had that. Well, I had that planned out. Ish. I wasn't sure which route yet, but if it's nighttime, then it doesn't necessarily need to be that pretty scenery-wise. But what would have been important would have been to have lots of stations on there, so that you've got variety with the lights coming through. Yeah, but I wouldn't have wanted a route with too many stations to stop at, because then that would take a lot of concentration, especially if it's nighttime. So might need more concentration for things like speed limits and stuff like that on more urban routes. So I would have probably picked something like the East Coast Main Line between London and Peterborough, because that has quite a few stations on it and isn't too distracting to drive on, if I recall correctly. Although there are a variety of choices I could have picked, were we to still have time to play Trainz Simulator on here. Nighttime run NTS. Q&A stream. London to Brighton. Get express run with it for 4-2. That seems a little short. I know a Trainz route that is long enough. You could reach the end of it in 6 hours or so. Oh, is that the one that comes with Trainz? Is that the East Coast Main Line from London to what is it, Glasgow? That it goes to? Is that one where it's all in one stretch, like that was started in 2004 or something? Is that the one you mean? Stevens Pass? Maria's Pass. Feather River Canyon. Brighton Woo. I set up an AI train and left it for the day. Was still going when I got back. Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that before. I think it was the UK one, the London to Glasgow one, wasn't it? Oh, Dundee. Yes, Dundee, not Glasgow. Sorry, my mistake. Ooh, Trainz route. Yes, Shreddice, ECML in Trainz is Edinburgh, King's Cross. Then there's also Edinburgh to Dundee, I believe. Ah, I thought it was one route. But maybe I'm mistaken. This one is an American route, but yes, it's similar to that. Every year just expanded upon. Ah, so it's wait, are you talking about the Milton Valley Railroad? Shreddice. It used to be just one route, but they made the Dundee bit for 2019, I think. Yeah, the main large route is just one piece. Good. Also, I don't need a stopping thing here because we are turning off that way. Also, that isn't in the least bit straight. Hold on. Come on, update, please. There we go. Okay, so now I guess I'll put the signs on here. One we're going in, and one we're going in. Unless, would it make more sense for these to be further on the outside, like here? Maybe that would make more sense, so they're more visible. Same over here, maybe? Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Right. Alright, is it more Chissen 2? I have no idea. Anytime I play Trainz nowadays, I use it to build scenarios on, and it's a very enjoyable sandbox of a route. Ah, lovely. But I don't know what it's called. It would be on the right-hand side, and the closest corner before the turn. Oh, so it would alert you before making... So, wait, so the sign would be here? So the sign would be on this side, you mean? Huh, interesting. I thought... I thought the sign would be on the other side, so that if you... For the same reason that traffic lights are sometimes on the far side, so that you can see when you're up close to the intersection what it's doing. But then again, I don't drive a car in the US, so I'll take your word for it. I suppose you don't have the do not enter signs. Just seemed like you saw those signs. If you saw the signs, you would be driving in one-way road facing opposite to traffic. Yes. Oh yeah, that makes sense. This one would be back to back on each corner. Oh, so you mean instead of there just being one sign facing that way, you'd have the basically there would be another sign here facing basically you mean it would be like this. So on this side it would look like that, and then on this side it would look like that. Yeah? Is that what you mean? Yes? Okay, good. Glad we sorted that out. Interesting. Thank you. Double-sided sign. Makes sense. Save. Why did it save that quickly? Hold on. That is slightly concerning that it saved that quickly. I hope that everything's good. Okay, so Now, actually, hold on. Do we need traffic lights from this one? We might, yeah, if you're crossing over that way. But we only need 2. We don't need one coming that way, obviously, because you're not going to be coming that way. Oh, and I didn't put any over here. Also, now that I'm looking at it, on this side of the intersection where you're coming in from this side, would this sign still be located there? Or would that sign be... Actually, if it's double-sided, then it would make sense to be on that side so you can see it from here. Because you can then still see the other one from this side if you're waiting here. At least it would make sense to me. Okay. All right, the road markings. Hold on, 1 second. Luckily, these are quite easy to do with these JRRM assets. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. And then I'd want a left arrow on this side. Actually, no, because you're that was for this one because you're coming out this way and going in the other way, so I don't need anything there. Right, so we've only got a couple minutes left. So I think I'll get a thumbnail now, and then we'll call it a day. If you look at it like this, it doesn't look like we've accomplished that much. But if you consider what we've learned this stream, well then we've accomplished astonishing feats. Oh, and we've just brought full circle. That, I'm not sure that looks too good. Hold on. Yeah, that's probably good. The feet. I have only learned about Kanga's ring today. What? We essentially rediscovered the lost knowledge of Alexandria this stream. Ah, yes. Ah, but what about the lost knowledge of Ashurbanipal's library? What about that? I am beyond speechless. Well, with that, actually, hold on. Let me quickly go out. Double check that it's actually saved, because that seemed suspicious how quickly it saved there. Okay, it's not saved multiple versions of the route. One second, let's just load in and then see. We'll see if it's good. Maybe there just wasn't too much to say. True, but in my experience, it still takes long, because it, even if it depends more on how large the route is rather than how much there is to save on it. Countdown until next Minecraft, please. Kanga, what? Until Minecraft, please. Right, post after the stream. Kanga tomorrow. Technically. Right, yeah. Let's just quickly wait until it's finished loading, just so that we can all have either peace of mind knowing that it has, in fact, saved or not. And it has. Good. It has. So that's good. So in that case, thank you all very much for watching. It was lovely having you. And basically, good night. No cliffhanger ending? Ooh, maybe we can have a cliffhanger.